and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to try out and review this mini e.l.f. palette. This is the e.l.f. Bite Size Eyeshadow Palette in the shade Hot Jalapeno. Before I get started, make sure that you like and subscribe to my channel, and please check out my new channel, which is called Lauren's Fitness Journey. On there I have a lot of fitness content as well as vlogs. I recently posted a mental health vlog talking about how I'm getting my life back on track with seasonal depression and anxiety and more, so please check out that vlog. Today I am working as a Christmas elf at Santa's Wonderland, and I start work at 4:30 and it's only about 12 right now. But I do have an appointment with my new therapist first, so this makeup does have to last until about 10 at night. So I am going to use a primer today, and I'm using the CoverGirl Lid Lockup Primer. This eyeshadow palette is about $4 Canadian, and it comes with 4 shades. So it's about $1 per color, which is very reasonable. It comes with this gold metallic color, a green shimmery color, a matte almost avocado green, and then this very, very deep green, which is very soft. Here are the colors in natural lighting out on my balcony. Also, I'm going to do some swatches of the 4 colors, so you can see the swatches are actually really decent. I was really impressed by the quality of the eyeshadows so far. I am personally really excited to see quads again, because I feel like I've been waiting a long time for these little eyeshadow palettes to come back in style. I never really saw the appeal of those giant like 60 pan eyeshadows and then having like so many of them be exactly the same shade or very similar shades where you could just blend it with something darker to get the same color. So I never really liked those big palettes. I never bought any myself. This is the kind of makeup that I do like to own, which is like these little palettes. I also really love eyeshadow sticks, so I hope that those come back in style next. Now I am just applying the CoverGirl Lid Lockup Primer to my eyes and blending it out with a finger. I looked at some pictures online of people using this palette, and I noticed that the people who tried to use this avocado green in the crease, it didn't really look very nice. Like, it didn't blend out right, and the color is just too dark to use as a transition shade, which is totally fine with me. I don't actually want there to be a transition shade in this because I always carry a bronzer with me, and so it would just be unnecessary for to have like a color like this in the palette itself. Like, I always have something like this with me, and I don't like having duplicates of makeup. Next, I'm going to apply a bronzer to my crease, and I'm using a little sample size bronzer called Park Avenue Princess from Tarte, and really bringing the bronzer out towards my ears. Using the Hot Jalapeno palette, I'm going to start working darkest to lightest. So I'm going to start with like a tiny little bit of this really dark shade on the outer corner, and then go over it with the lighter shade and then the shimmer shade on the lid. And so that, I hope, will give me a really nice blend. I am applying the darker color lower to the lash line in order to give a nice definition to the eyes. So I am applying the avocado green, keeping it in kind of the outer half of the eye and blending it outwards. And as you can see, there were actually sections that didn't really want to blend, but I kept packing it on and working with it, and eventually it did turn out really nice. It did kind of fluff a little bit all over the place, so I went back with a Q-tip soaked in micellar water, and I cleaned up the edges. Okay, after cleaning up the edges with micellar water, this is what it's looking like. I first tried to clean the edges with water and it was not coming off. So actually that means that this eyeshadow is a little bit budge proof, which is great. And I'm really happy with what it's looking like. But of course now I am going to add the shimmer shade. So I just applied the green shimmer shade with my finger because I find that shimmer shades work usually better with your finger, and I was really impressed by how vibrant the color was. Now I'm going to go back in with some of the darker colors just to make sure that it's blended and all the colors show. Lastly, I'm running some of that dark green under my eyes to give more definition. So this is what my eyeshadow looks like so far, and I'm loving how it looks. I'm going to go ahead and put some eyeliner and some mascara, and then I will be right back. Okay, so here I am with liner and lashes, and I'm really loving it so far, but I am going to add the gold shade into the inner corner. And now I'm just adding a touch of gold just on the top, not on the bottom. And I decided just to add a touch of the avocado shade to the bottom too. So here is the completed eye look using all 4 shades in the e.l.f. Cosmetics Bite-Sized Hot Jalapeno palette. So I'm very happy with how it turned out. I did have a little bit of blending issues with the darker shades, but I'm also not as experienced with eyeshadow as some other people on YouTube. But at the end I did come up with a beautiful green look, and I'm going to do a check-in just before I start work at 4:30 just to see whether the eyeshadows fade, because I find that a lot of cheaper eyeshadows, especially ColourPop eyeshadows, they only look good for like 20 minutes after you apply them. And so I feel like some of these videos can be misleading because you think you can come up with this beautiful look, but then when you go out to a party or whatever, your eyeshadow is already gone before you arrive. So I want to make sure that this does stay on. I did use my CoverGirl Lid Lockup Primer, so I'm actually not too worried about the shimmer shades. I'm more worried about the matte shades kind of fading over the night. But I think this is a really nice palette overall. I think it's really versatile because if I was doing quick makeup, which I will be using this for example, on Saturday, my e.l.f. shift starts at 9 a.m. So I'm probably not going to be doing a look like this. I might just take this shimmery green shade and put that all over my lid with some mascara, or I can also use the gold color as well like that. So I find that these 2 eyeshadows I'll probably get a lot of use out of, and then maybe even the avocado shade I can just dab with a finger on the outer part of my eyes for a quick look. And of course this dark shade is perfect for an eyeliner. So I really think these 4 colors go really beautifully together. It's such a very useful palette if you're someone who wears colors often. And of course they do have a lot of other color options that are more neutral and natural, but this was the one that I really wanted to use. Green is such a trendy color right now, so it was such a good time to come out with this palette. Hello, I'm back. So this makeup has been on for several hours now, and I have to say, I don't think it's faded at all. So I'm quite impressed with that. I think it's looking really good for having been on for a few hours. If this was ColourPop eyeshadow, it would already be gone. So I am overall pretty impressed with the quality of this palette. One thing I have to say though, if you already have green eyeshadows that even look remotely similar to this, for the love of God, do not buy this palette. You do not need it if you have these colors. But if you don't have any green eyeshadow and you really want to try out green eyeshadow, if you really want to hop on that trend of having green eyeshadow, this is really good. I think it's really nice. If these were in a different packaging and you told me that they were more expensive eyeshadows, I would believe you because they are staying on really well. They went on really well. The shimmers really impressed me, especially this green shimmer. You saw when I put it on, it was like full pigment. It was really, really nice. So overall, I love this eyeshadow palette. I would recommend it, but do not buy it if you already have green eyeshadows. That is completely unnecessary. Nobody needs more than one green palette. So yeah, that's my review for today. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe and also please check out my other channel.